Hey, Walter Sorrells back with more tips for the knife maker. Today, unboxing a new grinder. So as a general rule, I'm not a huge fan of unboxing videos, but I'm pretty stoked about a recent acquisition. I've got a new grinder, so I'm gonna unbox that sucker, and while I'm at it, hopefully give you a little perspective about some of the recent advances in grinders for knife makers. This stack of boxes is for my new AmeriBrade 2x72 inch grinder. If you're new to grinders, 2x72 just means that the belt is 2 inches wide and 72 inches long. That's pretty much the standard for grinders that knife makers use. Right off the bat, I have to mention that AmeriBrade sent this to me as a sort of demonstrator model. I didn't go out and look at every single grinder on the market and shell out my hard-earned cash for it, so take that for whatever it's worth. But that said, in recent years, grinders oriented towards knife makers have seen a lot of innovation, and the AmeriBrade grinder is fairly typical in that respect. So, as I take it out and show off a few of the features, I'll do a little bit of a compare and contrast with my old Bader B3 that I got 20 years ago, which was once pretty much the standard belt grinder for the knife maker's shop. You know, if you're looking for a grinder, I'm not doing this as a sales pitch for this particular grinder. I'm really just trying to show off some of the kinds of features that you can expect to find on current model belt grinders. If you are interested though, link in the description to the AmeriBrade website. The basic grinder here consists of a motor and a frame, to which you mount a variety of attachment arms. It ships in pieces, so all this stuff has to be assembled. It's not especially hard to do, but it does take a pretty fair amount of time. I spent a good solid day putting everything together. You can buy their cleverly designed stand with casters, or you can just mount it on a bench. I like this stand because it allows you to store all your attachments. I'll show you a little more detail about that later. The AmeriBrade is available in a whole bunch of levels, starting with an a la carte do-it-yourself kind of deal where you can add your own motor, to a variety of basic packages, and on up to the sort of Cadillac version that I got. Mine's shipped with a 1.5 horse 110 volt motor, but they do actually sell bigger 220 motors if that's your jam. It has a variable speed controller, so you can run it from 0 to over 6,000 feet per minute, which is really moving. All grinders need some sort of tracking to keep the belts from popping off, so that's done right here. Very simple, works great. The grinder also articulates if you buy the extra swivel mount. Here's the hard mount on the stand with no articulation. And here it is with the swivel gizmo. Personally, I probably wouldn't bother getting the swivel unless you buy the surface grinder, though there are some arguments to be made to the contrary. If you look at a traditional grinder like the Bader, you have a really beefy frame that's anchored there forever, no articulation. That probably increases rigidity, we'll see on that later, but it decreases the flexibility of some of those older type machines. Now there are other entry-level grinders that don't even have attachment arms, so those are really much more limited. When I started with my Bader, I could only afford the single speed off-on setup, but the AmeriBrade came with an available variable speed controller. Now there are two advantages to variable speed. The first is just that you have more control if you're doing, say, tricky grinds or you're just learning how to grind, so running at a slow speed gets you over that hump a little bit faster. But maybe more importantly, some kinds of attachments will burn up their bearings if you run them too fast. So variable speed allows you to run it at a speed. This is not going to blow up your attachment. Speaking of attachments, let's run through the various attachments I received. All of them basically work the same way. When you receive them, you'll receive an arm and the actual grinding attachment itself. All of them run more or less the same way. A shaft inserts through a split hole in the arm. You tighten a bolt or two, which thread through this hole in the bottom of the arm, and you lock up the shaft so the attachment is fixed in its orientation and how far in and out it'll go. Pretty simple. Then you stick it into this mounting slot on the grinder, tighten these two little wheels, you tighten this bolt that I mentioned earlier, slide on a new belt, and you are ready to go. As I go through these attachments, I'm not going to give you a ton of detail about them. I'll leave that to another video. So first, you have a flat platen. This is really pretty much the most basic thing that you want to have when you're making knives. This is somewhat different from the most basic kind of flat platen in that it has this big wheel. That's handy because you can rotate the wheel around and use it as a contact wheel, so you get kind of a 2-for-1 deal here. Then I got a rotary platen. I also got a 14-inch contact wheel, which is useful for hollow grinding. I already have a 12 on my baiter, so just more flexibility there. As far as contacts go, the more radii you have, the more possible things you can do with them. This is pretty cool. It's a small wheel attachment. Now you can order several different combinations of various diameters of wheels, any or all of which will mount here. Not sure yet if I got it quite oriented correctly. I'll do a little more research on this later, but this is basically how it sets up. Finally, something I expect to be incredibly handy, a surface grinder. I have an actual dedicated surface grinder, which is extremely precise, but it's a little slow. Sometimes you just want something flat enough, and I think that's where this will excel. It'll go a lot faster than a traditional surface grinder. I wish I knew who came up with this idea, because the basic concept is really clever. A bunch of folks sell them now, and while they're not cheap, they are a hell of a lot cheaper than a full-on surface grinder. There's also a grinding table. Now that attachment goes into a separate little socket here, so you just slide it in underneath the arm for all the attachments, and then that articulates so that you can grind at any particular angle that you want to. As I mentioned earlier, you can mount all the attachments on the stand. They just slide through these little square holes that fit the shafts for the arms. But you can also put things like little holders for the small wheels, or a little water bucket that allows you to cool your blades as you're grinding. And we are officially unboxed. All right, there it is, all set up and ready to pump out some sharp and pointy stuff. My general impression is of a well-designed and well-manufactured tool. You know, all the bolt holes line up. There's no play in things that aren't supposed to have play. The material seems to be high quality. You know, everything so far looks pretty good. But I have not tested it to any real extent yet, so I'll be trying out this rig over the next few months, And once I've had a chance to really beat on it and kind of see, you know, what I like and what I don't, you'll be the first to know. So in the meantime, if you're thinking about getting a new grinder, hopefully this will give you a flavor of some of the features that are available, not just on the AmeriBrade, but some of the other grinders that are out there for knife makers. Starting out, the big question is always, do you need all these attachments and all these gizmos? And I'll give you a short answer to that. The answer is no. A flat platen and a largish contact wheel will get you started. But the deeper you get into the craft, the more that you'll find out that all these extra gizmos will pay off for you. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what we're doing here, please subscribe and make sure that you click on that bell so you get notified of all the latest videos. Want to buy a knife from me? Check out my modern blades at tacticsarmory.com. Digging the channel? You can support our video making efforts on Patreon. You know, I've been banging away on these videos for like 10 years, so I hope you'll show some love for all that hard work. Link in the cards and descriptions. Finally, if you're interested in making Japanese swords, check out my full line of Japanese sword videos where I show how to forge Japanese swords as well as how to polish them and how to make fittings, handles, and scabbards. WalterSorrellsBlades.com.